This made me laugh so much. This is what I'm about to show you is a Coinbase ad. Yeah, it was meant to be on TV in the UK, but it got banned. Yeah, so basically they're saying we weren't allowed to run this TV ad in the UK, but it's fine. We can just share it online. We're using humor to make a very important point. The current financial system simply doesn't work for most people. It needs to be updated. Check this out.
We ain't got no troubles, no reason to complain. Cause here in great old Britain, we just love it when it rains.
Morning.
We're cozy here at home, even though it's not our own. But wait a few more years and who can say everything is just fine. Everything is grand. Your life can get no better when you're living by the letter in this pleasant land. Everything is just fine. Everything is great. The streets can't get no cleaner, nor the rat meat any leaner. No, life is just first rate.
Everything is just fine.
These fish fingers are a steal.
Prices up a smidge.
Just £100 a meal.
Empty purse, but hey, could be worse if there was nothing in the fridge.
Strategic realignment means I get to work for myself. Yeah!
Paying off my law degree with tips from each delivery. Excuse me, sir, I have your tandoori. Everything is just fine. Everything is grand. Your life can get no better when you're living by the letter in this pleasant land. Everything is just fine. Everything is great. We're soldiering on. We're doing our bit.
We're off to Dubai.
It's time to jump ship.
We're tightening our belts with a stiff upper lip. 'Cause everything's just fine.
Hey. Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, the one and only. And wherever they're peddling over there, wherever they're peddling in the UK, Europe, wherever, it's all a scam over there. This right here, crypto right here, Bitcoin and ETH, that's the truth. That is the truth, my friends. Yeah, and we're going to go through the markets. We're going to go through the good, the bad, the news, everything. And I'm going to give you some TA, some charts, nothing too technical, something that you can, make some money off, hopefully. And let's begin. Let's start off with the US inflation index has gone down to 1.67%. This is good news for the US. However, the UK has continued to go up higher and higher to 4.15%. Inflation has come back for the UK. They're in a perpetual state of stagflation. Even India has better inflation numbers than the UK. Tether now holds 127 billion in US Treasury holdings. It's now surpassed Korea. They're currently in the top 20. They surpassed the UAE, they surpassed Germany, South Korea, and the biggest holders in US Treasury is none other than Japan, and in second place is the vassal state, the United Kingdom. I honestly think that Tether is going to be number one, and not only is it going to be number one, I actually believe that Tether is going to be backed by Bitcoin. I think it's one of the biggest holders in Bitcoin, and I think in the future the most feasible kind of organic move next, and business-wise, the best move next is to actually peg Tether to Bitcoin. Whether it's like 0.1%, whether it's 5%, whether it's 10%, I think that's the next logical step, guys. We all know that the US dollar is declining. That's why Bitcoin is at all-time new highs, guys. The dollar is losing its purchasing power year over year because of money printing. And unfortunately, the regular folks are the ones that are hit hardest. While everyone else is close to the money printer, the closer you are to the central bankers, the richer you are. The further away you are from central bankers, the ones that print the money, the poorer you are. If we had a gold-backed system, if we had traditional systems like we've always had for millennia, for tens of thousands of years, we had a simple system and it always worked. We were backed by gold. It wasn't until 1918 that we saw the demise of the dollar and currency, and we all became poorer while the rich continued to get richer and richer. All of this doom and gloom regarding tax the rich, we don't need that, guys. All you have to do is fix the money and all your problems will go away. Metaplanet continues to buy, and they're buying another 3.7 billion, guys. The stock offering would establish a new perpetual preferred shares with up to 6% dividends. All proceeds earmarked by the BTC acquisitions. Metaplanet is continuing to follow the same trajectory as MicroStrategy, or what is it called now? MacroStrategy. So they're following the same kind of blueprint, and we're seeing more and more companies like this. It's going to continue to happen. We're going to see more and more businesses, more and more failing businesses as well, that are going to buy Bitcoin and add it to their treasuries. Now, there is a problem with this. It's going to be a massive, massive problem in the future. And Grayscale or Galaxy Digital has already kind of predicted this. And they've already said that, if this continues, guys, where is it? If this continues, we're going to have like a situation that we had like in the 1920s. They've made a research paper and they've kind of warned, if this kind of continues, we're going to see a situation that we saw before in the past, where everyone's buying Bitcoin because of their NAV. It's a premium, basically. So the thing with an edge is that the edge gets diluted. The more and more people know about this edge, and the more and more people participate or use this edge, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it completely vanishes. There's no more edge. Everyone knows about it now. This is happening right now. And we're seeing more and more companies that are just literally buying hundreds of billions of digital assets from the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum. And today there was a suit. Another company called Mill Hill Ventures has raised 450 million in SU, and they want to add this to their treasury. So we're going to see more and more of these companies, more and more of these VCs, and they want to capture this NEV, this premium. And there's going to be a point where the premium is gone. And then what happens? They have to sell this. So it might even become negative. So this is the problem with this regarding edge. The more and more participants find out that you can do this, this is going to cause a cascading effect, and then we're going to have a boom and bust like we always have. It's just natural. Everyone gets very, very greedy, and we always have this 4-year cycles. I'm still sticking to this 4-year cycle, guys, and we don't have much time left, to be honest. Some sad news today. Ray Dalio sells his final stake in Bridgewater after predicting a debt collapse. And he's been predicting this for a while now. He's been saying that, the US dollar is going to collapse. He's been predicting that you should buy gold and Bitcoin. But he's been wrong plenty of times as well. Yeah, he's been wrong. He's had failed predictions. From 1981 to 1982, he forecasted a depression, 2015, a recession worries, and again in 2012 and 2024. So he is quite the doomer. We have some news from Coinbase, and I do hold some stock of Coinbase. I knew that this was going to happen. They were going to be the number one app. Since they took down CZ, I knew that it was going to be monopolized by Coinbase, and the new guard was actually CZ. He was really, really good at his job. I miss those days. Binance was the best exchange on the planet until he got arrested, and then, he became essentially a vassal company for the US, and Coinbase is doing really, really well. I bought at the relative lows. I spoke about it on this channel. Now, Coinbase is showing volumes are actually decreasing. Their profit margin is actually decreasing. It's because they're having more and more competition from the likes of Robinhood, Kraken, and a few other big players. One thing I did notice is that Kraken will, I think maybe this year, they're gonna IPO, and I think that's going to be an incredible buy. If you look closely right over here, reported on the verge of raising 500 million at a 15 billion valuation, and is said to be planning an IPO in the first quarter of next year. So I think this is going to be a massive buy. It's going to be really good. I don't know where it's going to start from, but this is going to be good, guys. All right. So if I was you, I would try. I think they'll probably launch on Robinhood and one of these bigger trading exchanges, and you could probably do the same thing as Circle, an easy 3x in the first week or the first couple of days. So definitely put that on your calendar. We're going to do some TA and we're going to look at some of the traditional markets. SPX is down by 1.63%. But most importantly, I want to speak about the DXY. We did predict that the DXY is going to rise again. We did call the bottom, and we did say that, I think I called the very bottom. Actually, I'm gonna show you right over here. Money, print, and Bitcoin. So what they're doing is, the main reason why the M2 supply is increasing here, guys, the dollar is being devalued, and as a result, it looks like this. If you look at the DXY, ladies and gentlemen, I'll show you. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the DXY and it's gone downwards. If I invert the chart, it looks like this. Okay, so they're just getting the dollar, the DXY, and they're overlaying it with the DXY. I'm gonna uninvert it, and there you have it. So the dollar, in my opinion, is definitely going up for the medium term. It's heading up higher. Alts are going to bleed, okay, as they normally do. There's an FOMC meeting that happens, and then a few days later, alts celebrate for quite some time, or not just a little period of time, and then unfortunately they bleed into the ETH and BTC pair has finally stopped. It's finally done, basically. Everyone was extremely bearish on the dollar, and it has reversed to around $100. The question is, will it head to my target up here to 106? That's going to be an interesting one. We did anticipate and say on the channel that the dollar is going to increase and it's going to add more pressure on altcoins, and dare I say it, I was right again. Everyone and their pet hamster has seen this, like everyone. Shoulder, head, shoulder. All right, everyone's seen this. We have a trend line over here. It's kissed this trend line right over here, confirmed it. As long as it closes above this trend line, that's pretty much fine, guys. If we place a trend line from the neckline all the way to here, and we place it on top of here, it should give us around 150,000 US dollars, as long as it holds above this trend line. Road to 145 still continues, guys, irrespective of what's happening in the wider market. TA is TA, and it's pretty much fine. I will be worried if we close underneath here again. That means we're gonna consolidate for a little bit longer, maybe until October, and then head up higher. 145 is definitely on the radar. Pi cycle top indicator is nowhere near. The top is telling me 180,000. Every time the yellow line crosses the green line, it means that we have topped, guys. Okay, it has 100, I repeat, 100% accuracy. All right, guys, it's done it numerous times. Once, twice, 3 and 4 times, guys, and then we headed into a bear market. This is the one and only. Ethereum's going to do really well. I've said it plenty of times. ETF buys, everything, like everyone's still buying Ethereum. We have a 20-day streak, guys, 20 days, yeah, of continuous buying. The peak was on the 9th of July. We have a few public treasuries buying ETH. Altogether now, it's around 12 entities, 12 companies from the NASDAQ are buying Ethereum. By the end of the cycle, this could probably be like 100 companies. And the very peak is going to be one of the Mag 7. If Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla, Netflix, any of these big companies, once they buy Bitcoin and put it on their treasury, that's going to be, in my opinion, mark the very peak. Okay, they're going to either buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, guys. The next possible bounce is at 3,531. That doesn't hold, then we're entering this long diagonal, this massive long diagonal right over here, and we're going to retest it one more time at 3,200 and some change, guys. All right, so there's nothing really to panic about regarding Bitcoin and ETH, but following our thesis, we believe that altcoins are going to have one last capitulation, guys. Towards September, we're going to have one flush out, one final shakeout. Altcoins, we're going to have one final capitulation. Prepare yourselves, guys. I did warn you, the S&P 500 is going to cool off for a little bit, but most importantly, the dollar is going to rise. And there, my friends, we're going to find ourselves in a kind of crossroads, all right? And I think altcoins ultimately are going to have one final flush out, and that's going to be a generational buy. If you're around, if you survive till then, guys, that's going to be a generational buy. Everyone's going to call it dead once again. Everyone's going to give up once again, and that's going to be the final flush out. Ethereum and Bitcoin pair has bottomed. I've said it many times, but I really want to know where this thing will actually end up. I don't think we're going to head right over here to parity. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. But I think we're going to probably head to the merge, somewhere around the merge period. So, or maybe the ETF period when Ethereum first got its ETF. So maybe over here, we're going to have, like, I'll be honest with you, Ethereum's going to have a curse cycle. And because if we do have this 4-year cycle, guys, it's pretty much over. If we don't have a traditional 4-year cycle, then maybe Ethereum could head to parity, yeah? And that's going to be incredible in the space. The bull market is going to continue for longer, and that's going to be excellent. So for now, knowing the information that we have so far, guys, I think a good area for the very peak might be at 29, yeah? 0.29, maybe the merge, guys, maybe 0.4. I got some breaking news, chat. We had the worst jobs report since the end of the pandemic. Wow. We predicted this anyway, didn't we? Hold on. We told you. Listen, everyone is front running the FOMC meeting. So we have bad news. Okay. We've got a recessionary scare. We had the biggest decrease in jobs. Minus 258,000 jobs were revised downwards from May to June. I've said this to you countless of times. We're never ever going to see a recession. We're never ever going to see a recession. And I'm so confident about it, guys. We're never ever going to see it because we live in some warped, horrible central banker paradise. I really hate central bankers, like with a passion. We never had central bankers. We never ever had central bankers, but somehow, some way, they got in between the government and they convinced the government that you need central bankers. We never had this. It was only since 1919 that we've had central bankers. Yeah, so they're going to step in, yeah, as they always do, and they're going to prop up the market. We're going to get interest rate cuts confirmed now. It's confirmed, okay? It's confirmed. I think it must be like 90% by now. Confirmed consensus. So let's have a look and see. Because there was like a 30% chance, but now I think there's a massive chance of them cutting if my internet can catch up. We have a 78% chance that in September they're going to cut. But you know what's so ironic? You just have to go and look at the bond market, guys. Because these guys, you know, central bankers, I'm convinced now, chat. I'm convinced that they just do nothing. They wake up, they take their kids to private school, and they just look at this chart and say, oh, okay, we're going to cut, guys. Yeah? All right. Thank you. I'm convinced. I'm so convinced. They're just so useless. Anyway, so we have a recessionary scare, and we did anticipate this. Crypto, unfortunately, is very emotional. We front ran all of this, got very excited. A lot of participants front ran this FOMC meeting in hopes of a cut, and once again, there was no cut. Bitcoin dominance is going to head up higher like we anticipated, and the very peak is going to be in September. September is the best time to buy. We've said this countless times. Okay, hate me. Altcoins are going to continue to go down. They're going to bleed. We're going to have a recessionary scare. I also predicted that the dollar is going to head up higher when everyone was extremely bearish on the dollar. It's heading up higher, most likely to 103 by September. All right, guys, that's going to add some headwinds to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the major altcoins. You're sitting pretty in Bitcoin and ETH, because I say this because if ETH goes down, for argument's sake, let's just say ETH goes down by 20%, altcoins are going down by 40, 50, 60%, guys. I'm going to be going shopping in September. Yeah, you can follow me if you want to, but I'm going to really go shopping. And remember, when risk comes knocking on your door, let him in, sit him down, make him a cup of coffee, some tea. It's going to be a rocky ride. Yeah, I predicted it. I did warn you. I told you. So enjoy. I'll see you soon. Peace. Love you all. Oh, make sure to join our private members. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Big runners. We got some big runners. Oh, boy, you've been missing out, haven't you? We got some big runners, guys. We have some runners out here. Yeah, we got some runners. The likes of Banker. Banker's really done well. Really impressed, guys. Really impressive move. While the entire market is like down. Yesterday, it went up a massive, I think 80% in one candle, guys. So from where we first spoke about it till now, it's gone up a massive 27x. 27x. Come on, guys. Look at the volume as well. This ain't a fake count. Like, look at the volume on this. I even checked the transactions. Someone fat fingered, I think $50,000 US and top blasted. Just top blasted right over here. Like right over here, top blasted. $50,000 US. I think this is going up higher. This is an honorable mention, and big up all the banker holders, private members as well. Well done to all of you. And yeah, we're sitting pretty. This is definitely going up higher, guys. Almost at a penny now. So yep, this is good news. It went all the way to 100 million market cap, and it started when we first mentioned it. I think it was at 12 million market cap, guys. So yeah, this is excellent news. Join our private members and enjoy. I'll see you soon. If you need help, you know where to go. All right, peace.